So I was asking about, what were Ace's final words, and because he had brought up Sabo and the woman, and so somebody told me exactly what he said. What he said was, Luffy says, "You said you'd never die. Isn't that what you told me, Ace?" Yeah, just what a douchey thing to say to somebody who's dying. But I get it. He's a kid. Luffy's a kid. He's even younger mentally and emotionally than he is physically, right? Ace says, "Yeah, it reminds me of Sabo. If I didn't have a little brother that needed to be taken care of, I would have given up then." So that implies Sabo dies. But here's the thing about that. Just because Ace thinks that Sabo dies doesn't mean Sabo dies. So I'm still 50-50. I can't decide whether I think he dies or whether he lives. He could totally just, because they're not in touch anymore, clearly. What would that mean, right? It's a big world. If Sabo's goes and be if he goes out to be a pirate first, he could be on a different side of the world, right? So I don't know. This makes it more likely he dies, but still, just because Ace thinks he's dead doesn't mean he is. So I don't know. I don't think this reveals anything to me, at least the way I see it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Maybe we'll find out here. You know where we are, and you know where we're going. 3, 2, 1. They're not even bothering to show him holding Ace's body anymore. Every time you see me laugh, just because, as people have said in comments, actually, now that I think about it, the sinking of the ship could be when Ace thinks that Sabo's dead. That's very possible, actually. But anyway, it's the younger versions of their character designs are really cute. That's people are like, why are you laughing at something that's not funny? Well, I think it's funny that they're that cute. That's what I'm saying. Especially when they're holding him up and he's like this tiny. It's so funny. I love it. He's not trying to hear this shit, man. Luffy is not trying to hear this. Let me go. I'm going to look. Yeah, see, you're appealing to his empathy. Everybody's having a hard time, not just you. Look at it. You can't put the whole ship out, dude. You need to jump in the water. He doesn't have a fruit power, so he can do that. That's a good point. You know what? He actually is flying a pirate flag. Like, I hadn't thought about that. Yes, it's outrageous what you're doing, but the dude, you're basically declaring war against the government if you fly the flag, man. It's not a game. The piracy and the pirate flag are not a game, and kids need to understand that. I'm not taking the dude's side. I'm just saying that is what it is. Shit, man, he lost his hat. His goggles attached to that hat. The hat's such an important part of characterization in this show. Yeah, we're so afraid of him being in a bad mood, man. F the Celestials. That's my explaining in the comments. Celestial really is like a saint. The whole thing's a cult. We'll talk about it later. Look at that. Yep, it's a hat with goggles in the water. That's why Ace would think he's dead. But Ace wasn't. He didn't witness this. I don't think, did he? We don't know where him and the chick are. This is a dark moment for Luffy, man. Yeah. Now we're talking. You had him curled up in a corner, man. So Ace would have only heard about it secondhand. Damn, man. She is so big compared to him. Like, I'm going to carry her corpse back here. I know she's still alive, I'm just saying. Hey, can you get this big fat weight off my back? Look at him. Look at Luffy. Get the hell off me. Obviously, dumbass. Oh, immediately with the domestic violence, huh? Dick. That's what I'm saying. I really hate that rooster's design. He looks like a rooster. I hate it. Just side note. I mean, clearly they were dodging the fire, right? Oh yes, I forgot that they had left in the middle of the fight. The camera left them in the middle of the fight. Really? That's right. Kick his ass. Toe jam ass. You know how I know nobody likes this character? I've been calling him Bluetooth and Toe Jam for 10 episodes. Ain't nobody said shit about it in the comments. Nobody's like, hey man, his real name is Blue Jam. I mean, they know what I'm doing, but like, still, some people push back. Like, when I was calling Buggy Boofy or whatever it was, when I don't respect other people's names, it comes back to me. Nobody defended this son bitch. Nobody. Which means nobody likes him. Some of these bad guys, some are villains, but people think they're cool. Like, Buggy, he's a villain, right? Kuma's a villain. Maybe. Uh, Even Don Quixote, I've had people push back. Like, he's a villain. Villains are cool. This guy's not cool. He's a villain and he's not cool. Get him out of our face. There are two types of villains. The ones we like to watch and ones we're just waiting for him to leave. Shit. Well, this would be a lot, to quote The Emperor's New Groove, this would be a lot easier if you weren't so fat. They did it much better. Oh, I think what he said was, it's a good thing you're not really fat, or this would be really hard. That's what it was. Damn, dude. Ace gets shit done. He went in town, stole the medicine, brought it back, nursed her back to a little bit of health. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. There's some cut to crap. I love the way they talk. He's such an asshole, man. There's just an edge to everything he says, man. It's completely unnecessary. Hey, I'm going to pull this bush across. Because bushes are very portable, right? But, oh, yeah, Ace gets shit done, man. Very impressive, considering he's 10 or 11. It's some bullshit. Yeah, wait till you hear what people think happened to him. Yeah, somebody did tell me he's not the same one. I can clearly see that now. Yeah, I guess it was not as obvious when he was on the ship. We only got we saw him in shadow or something. I'm not going to say it. Dumbass. This will get you killed one day. Fired up. This one I get, though. She would have died if it was just her. She has what we would call redeeming social value. I see. You need to be able to do a tactical retreat, man. I'm just, you have to be able to do that. Time and place, though. The captain goes down with the ship, too. That's another thing. Right. You say that like that's some shocking news. He would become violent when he's angry. A lot of people do. And again, who loves to lose the people they love? This is just basic shit, is what I'm saying. this is what's interesting. What were his actual crimes? I've brought this up before. What if we haven't seen on screen or had anybody directly say, okay, well, he pillaged the town and killed everybody in the town, right? Like, yeah. I think his biggest crime was he said F you to the government. That's what I think his biggest crime was. But we don't know any details. It's true. Now that line is gone forever. Unless he's fathered some kid out there. He's a witness. He'll tell you what happened to Sabo. Yeah, that's great. You poor bastard. I can't tell what age that character is. He could be 10, he could be 80. I have no idea. Again, just like... Remember when Luffy reacted like this over the Going Merry? I'm just telling you what happened. You don't kill the messenger, you douchebag. Fine. Find out for yourself then, you asshole. Sure, he's cool. He's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll never tell you anything again. Yeah, get the hell off me. Yeah. Flying the black flag was a mistake when you're going to cross over a government ship, right? He was a wild kid. See, I think these kids, they don't take piracy seriously. They don't understand the consequences. I get where they're coming from. Really? You're going to grab me again? You're going to grab me again? I'm just saying. Yeah. Get your damn hands off me. He was one wild ass. Yeah, that's right. Face plant his ass. Stop it, you little shit. They really let this go out over the airwaves, huh? Look, I'm the world's biggest cusser. I'm just saying. It's the airwaves, man. You can't do that. Yeah. Thank you for reopening all my wounds, by the way. I don't believe for a second Sabo's dead. I don't know how he would have lived, though, so I don't know. You just need a piece of wood to float on, right? Tie this fool up. Tie him to a post. Then Luffy, yeah, that's right, tie him to a tree. Outside? You're not even going to keep him inside? What if it rains, man? There's so much great dialogue, man. Like, every line is just awesome. This shit's intense. Got this dude tied to a damn tree. No. He's out, man. Oh, he's sleeping. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I was going to say maybe he did it afterwards, but no, before. They already said they were going to untie you, man. It's all right. Very nice of him to sit down and write a letter before he stormed off. Yep. People could do this now, you know. You can set an email to send at a later date. So you can send a goodbye letter to people that you love and just keep constantly change the date while you're still alive. And then once you're dead, you can't change the date. The letter will go out. The email will go out to the people. So that's the thing people can do now, right? You can also just leave a letter with the lawyer. I'm just saying, like, more high-tech versions, the email thing. Gotta say, this is an interesting question. I'll get into this at the end. It's really mean how they be calling him a crybaby all the time. Yep. You're gonna call him a crybaby and you're doing the same damn thing. Hypocrite. Crying's fine, man. I will never understand the stigma against crying. How did that become rooted in machoism? Like, when did that happen? Because it's such a natural thing to cry, right? A-holes. Of course not. They were glad to be rid of him. Well, it's when the dog doesn't eat that you're worried. Meanwhile, Ace is powering up, man. This will also explain why we do get so many scenes with just the two of them. It obviously happened after this point, right? Assuming they don't run into Sabo again. By the way, it's interesting. That's another interesting parallel. The cloak they're wearing is pretty much like Dragon's cloak, right? Not even realizing they're emulating Luffy's father. Just face down in the dirt. Poor bastard. This is a rough time, man. Again, I'm not gonna say it. You know what I'm thinking. Yeah. Until I don't feel so damn sad. Oh shit, really? Damn, man. Oh, so he did tell him the right location. Well, shit. The real treasure is the friends we made along the way. Yep. That's one way to look at it. You sniveling brat. This has been his mission statement the entire time we've known Luffy is get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Because there's so many people that challenge you, you know? This feels relevant. I like the character of Ace. I don't like the person. I'll be honest with you. He's a very interesting character, but if he was a real person, I would not want to be associated with him. I wouldn't want to interact with him. He's just a dick, man. He will toughen you up, though. That's one thing he will do. Right. If he is dead, that's true. He never knew freedom, except that the year we were together. I was wrong, by the way. ASL is not the sign language. That's something else. ASL is a disease. A friend of mine has a shirt for that. That's what reminded me of it. It's, there are charity benefits for ASL. So that's why it was sticking in my mind, their flag. You gotta be really strong. And Luffy kept his word. He waited till he was 17. Probably the day of his birthday, he took off, right? He could just be an inspirational figure. He could be dead. I don't believe it so, but he could be. It is tragic, though, either way. Ace died thinking he was dead. So, like, if Sabo is still alive, that doesn't really help Ace, does it? He died thinking the dude was dead, but it was inspirational. It was aspirational. He's almost like not even like a person anymore. He's like a symbol, to them. Go back to what I was saying about Ace. One of the things I hate the most about fiction, especially TV shows, because they're long term, right? And you'll see this on Vampire Diaries and Buffy, two of my constant examples. We've got Spike on Buffy, Damon on Vampire Diaries. They're assholes. They treat people like shit. But when the camera cuts to them, when the people turn away, you see the look on their face. Oh, I feel bad that I treated them like shit. I feel bad that I said this bad thing, right? It doesn't matter what you feel. It matters what you do. It matters what you say. That's what actually effing matters. This whole stereotype, this whole cliche, not just in anime, but in regular visual narrative fiction on TV shows specifically, but also movies. I can't express my feelings, so I'm just going to be mean to people. Han Solo's stupid-ass relationship with Leia, even as a kid, I hated it. I'm going to be mean to you because I love you. That is not romance. It's not romantic. It's not hot. It's just stupid. And you treat people like shit and make them feel like shit. It's just, I don't get it, man. A lot of people think it's one of the best romances ever. Like, I just think you're tripping. It's just, you can't express your feelings. Well, then, put on your big boy pants and figure out how to express your damn feelings. Like, you're an effing adult. The rest of us, it's like you don't want to play by the rules. The rest of us have figured out how to communicate. But you don't have to because you're hot. You're played by a charismatic actor. Or you truly care deep inside. So it's okay you're a dick to everybody. No, man. I reject that. If you're a dick, you're a dick. It doesn't matter what you feel. It just matters what you say and do. And people are like, oh, I can read this coding like when you hit me. And I know they're hitting. I exaggerate the whole domestic violence. I know it's basically a metaphor. I don't think in real life they're actually hitting each other and get these big welts on their head. It's metaphorical. I understand that. Look, I get that. I'm not getting it twisted. I'm not taking it too literally. But still, the words, I think, are literal. I think these words are actually being said. It's not metaphorical. These things are happening. Words matter. And, people shouldn't have to decode your mean words to understand you actually care about them deep inside somewhere. But it never gets expressed. I don't like it. I reject it. And we don't see Luffy do that to people. He'll steal food off their plate, which I have a problem with. But, like, we don't see him be mean and be a dick to people to show that he cares about them. He doesn't sit there and hug them and tell them that he loves them. But, like, he has other ways of expressing these things. Less toxic, more healthy ways. So, yeah, I don't like Ace as a person. I love him as a character. He's a very interesting character and very tragic. And I definitely have the feels for what happened to him. But, like, as a person, man, get the hell out of my face.